Let's go over Star Wars Episode 9, the final film of the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy alike. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, in case you guys didn't know, Episode 9 will be moving away from Cardington and Pinewood, eventually going to on-set locations for some of our characters like Rey, Kylo Ren, etc. Daisy Ridley, Adam Driver, right? Apparently they will be going over to Italy, Guilin, China, and Jordan, which could very well be the planet of Jakku. Now, these past couple of weeks, we have been going over new details about Episode 9 when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. Now, I wanted to go over something very interesting for Episode 9. We do know that J.J. Abrams has a lot of things in store for the fans, apparently, and he is eager to let the fans know exactly what he will be delivering to us, the fans, around the world. Now, additionally, a big surprise apparently will be in Episode 9 that is said to be a massive thing that will actually change history. So this is honestly ringing a bell to me of what we heard with The Last Jedi, right? We heard something similar in a sense, where Rian Johnson was going to have this huge surprise that would change history. And to, my knowledge right now, I really can't recall what really changed history other than the fact of Luke Skywalker kind of denying the ways of the Jedi, and that kind of left me feeling like the prequel trilogy, and the original trilogy didn't even matter anymore because Luke gave up on that whole entire idea. But going into Episode 9 here, apparently it, yes, will be a big surprise that will change Star Wars history when it comes to the films. Now, there are a couple of ways that they could do this. This could have either to do with, number one, Luke Skywalker's revelation. We do know that Luke apparently will have a big revelation in Episode 9. That's one of the big things that J.J. Abrams is doing for this film, apparently, is that there will be this huge reveal for the character of Luke. Even Donald Gleason, kind of teased us about that in a podcast a couple of weeks ago. The other thing that I want to look at is Rey's lineage. A lot of people have been bringing up the idea of Rey quite possibly being a descendant of the Kenobis, right? Or a Kenobi, I should say. Maybe she's the granddaughter of Obi-Wan Kenobi. And that in itself can make you look back at the original trilogy in a totally different way. Even the prequels, right? If they make Rey a Kenobi, you're going to look at the prequels and the originals in a totally different way. And that, to me, I think could very well be a good thing if they actually make her lineage important in that sense. Now, the other thing that I do want to go over is Jedi Lord. Now, this is something that Rian Johnson did not really play around with in The Last Jedi as much, as fans wanted this to actually be in the movie. And even in some of the marketing, they went over how we were going to learn about all these mysteries of the Force, these age-old mysteries, and I don't think we saw anything like that in The Last Jedi. So going into Episode 9, I think that a great way to have this big surprise change history is going to have to do with Jedi lore, heck, maybe even Sith lore for all we know. And finally, I want to go over time travel. Now, we've seen, proof of this happen in Star Wars as a franchise over in Star Wars Rebels Season 4, Worlds Between Worlds, that episode where Ezra Bridger saves Ahsoka Tano from Darth Vader. We've seen all of this happen, and if JJ really wanted to, he could introduce the concept of time travel in Episode 9. Now, do I think that time travel is, a good thing for an actual motion picture, like an actual Star Wars live-action film? Not necessarily. I mean, it could work to an extent, like our characters, such as Kylo Ren and Rey, flow walking. I could see that, which is basically a glorified flashback in a sense, I honestly do believe that time travel is mostly suited for an animated series, or maybe even a live-action TV series that's just on the streaming service. Not quite sure about the major motion pictures of Star Wars, but if they really wanted to change history, time travel is the way to go. Again, how this big surprise will change history, I don't think it has to do with time travel. I think that's the least likely scenario. I think it has to do with Rey's lineage, Jedi lore, and or Luke Skywalker's big revelation in this movie. Again, this is the final Skywalker film, and Donald Gleason himself has even expressed that there's going to be a lot of big surprises in this movie, and we're going to have to wait and see exactly what Disney and Lucasfilm has in store for the fans. You know, as much as I hope that The Last Jedi was a way to throw us off, in which I don't think it is, but that's what I wish, you know, The Last Jedi was, an attempt to throw the fans off for Episode 9, where magically Luke would come back to life, Snoke would come back to life, and all these different things would happen that you did not expect to see because you thought they were dead in the last film. They could have played it like that, but I don't think that's how it's going to work out. But let me know what you guys think about all of this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.